It's about pride, it's about passion, it's about strength, and it's about playoff baseball. Hello everyone and welcome to Gill Stadium for today's NHIAA Division I first round playoff matchup between the Trinity Pioneers and the Timberlane Owls. These two teams faced each other back on May 14th, but now everything's thrown out the window and we're ready to go for the opening round, and a bunt that hits him up high. Ollie Service doing the pitching, and Matt Fitzgerald is jogging down to first base with some energy with a first pitch hit by pitch. So kind of a surprise to start things off here with two teams. Again, with the Owls, they come into this game obviously with a 0-0 record in the playoffs, but here they are in the regular season with a tough record of 8-11. While for the Trinity Pioneers, they finished the season 16-3 and are the 4 seed, while Timberlane is the 13 seed and popped up in the air. Cal Lucier rushing over, running out of space, and just off the glove. Kieran Lamb doing the batting here, and this is the pitcher for the Owls, as we'll try to get all the information as we can. Is kind of a wild start here for this the 5th of June, 2025. It is a mostly sunny 89-degree day here in the Queen City, as the first pitch was at 1:33 in the afternoon. So busy day here for two of the Trinity Pioneers, and that is Tristan Hasselbeck and Logan Whitney, who will go here, and now a double play ball. Connor Hurley quickly gets it to Chris Centurino to first, to Cal Lucier for the 6-4-3 double play. That's how you get things going. Hurley, Centurino, and Lucier get things going, and now it'll be with 2 outs up to the number 3 batter, and that is Liam Kelly. Liam will be the catcher here for the Owls, and we'll see what he can do. Kelly has actually dropped in the lineup here. He was the 2-hitter back in that May 14th game. He walked, doubled, and grounded out to Hurley at short. And now a 1-1 count. Ollie having a quick inning here possibly, if he can get things going. Just outside. And defense here a little bit for the Owls, for the Pioneers. Ollie Service obviously doing the pitching. Strike inside, and doing the catching duty is none other than Tristan Hasselbeck. Ball upstairs, and count goes full. Doing the umpiring, Jim Walsh behind the mound, and out in the field is Gordy Shutman, 2 veterans of baseball umpiring here in the Granite State, and a 6-pitch walk here allows another base runner. So Ollie has allowed hit by pitch and a walk, but no hits so far. And now we'll see what Mike Sanasuazo can do. Mike playing out in right field. See if he can send one out to right field as he tries, ranging back and able to catch that for a easy fly out is none other than Mason Duvall. So after a couple base runners, the Pioneers able to get out of any sort of trouble, and we'll see if they can cause some trouble with their bats. It'll be Ollie Service, Tristan Lucier, and Logan Whitney due up here in the bottom of the first here on Manchester Public Television. Bottom of the first here as the Trinity Pioneers look to get something going here, and Ollie Service will try to do that as he's done most of the season here, leading things off for the Trinity Pioneers. First pitch here is going to be sent out into the gap, a long shot, and this is going to keep rolling, and with Ollie's speed, we'll see where he ends up. He rounds second, and actually will stop at second base for a leadoff double. He gives the X marks the spot sign and gets himself into scoring position with a leadoff double. Looking at the stats from the last time these two teams played, Ollie started the game with a single and also had a double. So he's already on his way to making things happen here, just like he did back on that May Day. And now we'll see what Tristan Lucier can do. Tristan. And looking like some mound issues here, and that could be certainly something to worry about here as Timberlane dealing with Kieran Lamb on the mound. And up first pitch swinging. Could be trouble with the sun, ranging back, and is able to catch that. Is just not able to get the defense here, and that's Andrew Pantano who is able to make that catch. Doing the catching here is Liam Kelly. At first base is Mr. Logan Brandano. At second base is Anderson Petrie. Doing the third base is Sean Ingram. Pantano at short. Frank Carasquillo at left field. And Logan Whitney is able to hold back on that first swing. Center field, Matt Fitzgerald and Mike Sanasuazo out in right field. And we'll see what Logan can do. Logan had a tough time against this Owls team on that day. It was 0 for 3 before I unfortunately had to leave early that day. So we did not get that full game on Manchester Public Television. But we certainly will today as Whitney now goes to a 1-1 count. Logan will be leaving here to go shower, put on his cap and gown, and go graduate. So it's going to be a busy day for Logan, but he's down in the count 1-2. One down here. Now he gets jammed and sends one into Sanasuazo coming out. And he's going to call for it, loses his hat, but is able to make the catch for the second out. Good communication right there, as we weren't sure if him and Petrie were going to collide at all. But now Ollie Service still at second base trying to get home. And now we'll see what Connor Hurley can do. Connor hopefully can take some of that energy from that 6-4-3 double play and use it to get an RBI here. Connor has been able to climb up the batting order throughout this season. But lefty on lefty here. Well, it could make things very interesting as Kieran Lamb trying to figure out his location for landing spot and is able to hit the outside part of the corner. Lamb takes a look at second. Now tries to go to the outside. Nice frame job by Liam Kelly, but Jim Walsh was not falling for that. Again, a very warm day here in the Queen City. It has actually just reached 90 degrees here in this 1 o'clock hour. Strike inside, so count goes to 2-2. Again, scoreless here in the bottom of the first, but a chance to get an RBI here for Connor Hurley. Lamb gets the sign. Kelly setting up outside. And a little too far outside, so the count goes full. And Service was ready to head to third if given the opportunity. And now they're going to switch up the signs here with a full count. Kelly has come out to chat with Lamb. Trying to get out of any sort of jam after that leadoff double. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. First base available. And it's going to be ball 4. So the inning will continue here. And now we'll see what number 12 and Tristan Hasselbeck can do. Tristan has been the catcher here for the last 4 games due to the injury to Hunter Henderson. Hunter hopefully is healing well. But now the senior will take the first pitch and send it out. as trying to race for it, but a long run, a lot of energy utilized right there by the first baseman, who is getting designated hit for today. So I certainly can use that, as Nate Hutchins will actually be hitting in place of Logan Brandano. So we'll see if hydration could become a huge issue here, but Hasselbeck takes that first pitch for a very long strike one. Stands comfortably in the box, waiting for his pitch. It bounces on the plate. Actually, a phenomenal stop by Liam Kelly, who obviously has some experience here from playing in that game, but overall, that's a tough one right there. Hasselbeck had a 2 RBI single in that first inning. Again, that was a 10-7 victory that unfortunately we were only able to stay for the first 4 innings, so we missed the final 3 due to scheduling conflicts. Now sent out to left field, ranging back, did not read it properly. Oh, and is able to make the catch. What a recovery by Frank Carrasquillo, and the Owls able to get out of a jam here. We'll head to the top of the second inning here from Gill Stadium with a scoreless first-round matchup here on Manchester Public Television. Back here for the top of the second inning, and a 2-1 count here to Sean Ingram. It is the 5-6-7 part of the lineup, and Ollie Service trying to get himself a K, and called strike 3 as Ingram goes down, and Service able to get himself a first strikeout of the game here for either side, and we'll see what he can do with the number 6 hitter here in Andrew Pantano, the shortstop. We'll see what he can do here. First pitch is a little high and away. Pantano was 0 for 1 in that game, and now is able to get himself a single just past the diving Connor Hurley. And now the first hit of the day for the Owls in this top of the second inning. And Pantano will look to get something going here in a scoreless game with Frank Carrasquillo up to bat. Frank was able to make that third out here in the bottom of the first. See if he can take that energy and swing away here. Frank was having a tough one back in that May day. Did score the third run in that first inning after walking, but flew out to center. Now he sends one out, and Ollie, not Ollie Service, not able to get that. Now coming around and scoring, and the Owls are able to take a lead after a RBI double. And we got to see if Mr. Carrasquillo is okay, as he dove back into the bag after a big double here. Has opened things up and just not able to get to that cover. A long hit right there. They have 2 number 9s here, so it's either Mason Duvall or Tristan Lucier who is out there in center field. That's why I've been a little confused on who that actually is out there in center field, but either way, a back-to-back hits for the Owls. And Ollie Service got to calm down here. Inside, ball gets away, but Carrasquillo not able to move up any further. Again, a very long hit out to center field there. And the wind is kind of blowing out that direction today. So what might be a routine has certainly seems to be catching some wind and going a long ways. And now catching a strike here to Nate Huckins. Huckins, 2 balls, 1 strike to him. Now he sends one out to right field and able to make that catch. Looks like it'll be Mason Duvall out in center, and it will be Tristan Lucier out there in right field. So we got this kind of squared away now with 2 down. And it'll be the bottom of the lineup, Anderson Petrie. We'll see what he can do. Petrie waits for the pitch from Service. Outside, catches the corner for a strike. Petrie has been comfortable in the bottom of the lineup here. Bunted for a hit his last time. Now he's going to hit one that hits the mound. Connor Hurley able to make the throw in time. So after a single and a double, the Owls able to put one up on the board. And now it's the Pioneers who are down a run. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 part of the lineup here. Lucier, Levine, and Centurino back with Manchester Public Television's Division I first round playoff matchup right after this. Another lefty versus lefty matchup here in the bottom of the 2nd inning as Cal Lucier will see what he can do against Kieran Lamb. First pitch is high upstairs for a ball, and we'll see what Cal can do. He actually had a great game on that May 14th, having a RBI single, his first time up to bat. The only way he can do that is with a home run here, so we'll see what Cal can do to get himself on base and get things going. Another outside pitch is Lamb a little uncomfortable in some ways, trying to figure out where to stand on the mound. It's tough with a righty with Ollie Service pitching, and then a lefty with Kieran Lamb. And now a trip to first base for Cal, and we'll see if the Pioneers can get him around as they left it a man stranded in the first with Ollie Service. And now we'll see what Nolan Levine can do. Nolan been playing third base, doing a great job there. Now we'll see if he can send one over third base. Now a quick throw over to first, and really good pickoff move here from Lamb. Certainly going to keep Gordy Shupman busy here. So Levine still waits for his first pitch. Now call the strike. Nolan has dropped in the lineup since that May 14th day. Was sitting in the 4-hole and now has dropped to the 7 spot, but is able to send one high up in the air. We'll see if this could be a factor here. Fitzgerald is able to make that catch and will retire Nolan Levine, as no movement here on the base paths from Cal Lucier, as he will go back to first. And now we'll see what Chris Centurino can do. Chris has been very busy with getting on base and getting himself RBIs last week. We saw these Pioneers play 4 times, and they went 4-0 in those games here on Manchester Public Television. Centurino takes the first pitch and a little inside. Chris also plays on the hockey team. Very busy athlete here for the Pioneers. Takes a pitch upstairs that goes for a ball. And the pitch from Lamb is a strike, so Chris taking his chances here, and what will be called here from Jim Walsh? 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down. Runner at first. Ball low. Hitter's count here for Chris. Let's see what he can do. Just a very busy week last week for the Pioneers with games against Spalding, Concord, Central West, and Memorial. Now Chris just fouls it down the line. It was close. A tough dive there from third base from Sean Ingram, but now the count will go full as the great job by Liam Kelly stood the bat up on home plate, making it easy for Centurino to be able to get that. Full count here. Opportunity here for the Pioneers to get another base runner. They left 2 already. I forgot about Connor Hurley walking. Kieran Lamb gets the sign. Setting out outside and just misses. Oh, what is the call? It's a strike 3. Centurino did not like that. Very confusing what the call was, and the second out, the first strikeout here for Kieran Lamb, and now he'll face Mason Duvall, the center fielder. We'll see if he can send one to center field, and takes a first pitch for a strike. Mason did a great job of pitching from the bullpen last week. Now he pops one high up in the air. Calling for it is the second baseman, and is able to make that for the third out. So Anderson Petrie able to read that cleanly, and after 2 innings of play, it is the Owls 1 and the Pioneers 0. Back here from Gill with more of this Division I first round playoff matchup after this. Top of the lineup here for the Owls as Matt Fitzgerald comes up for his second time. Matt was hit by a pitch on the first pitch of the game and was able to get to first base after a very scary situation there, but he was able to get up and be fine, and the center fielder will try to get himself on base a different way this time. Good eye right there, and watching that go past as it just barely missed. And Ollie Service, who works quickly. Ball gets past Hasselback there. And now Ollie's going to take a moment. He's got to calm down, relax, go at the leadoff hitter, and called for a strike. So 2-2 count. Service tried to get him chasing, did not fall for it. His fastball's been a little wild here, so we'll see if they go back to a changeup. And ball upstairs, and Fitzgerald is going to take off and turn first, but really decided he wasn't going anywhere if he tried to go to second. So for the second time, Fitzgerald is on base. And now another pitcher versus pitcher battle with Kieran Lamb coming up to bat. Kieran hit into the 6-4-3 double play. See if he can do any better as he puts down a bunt. And now it's going to be a tough Service will take it himself and get it over to Cal Lucier. But it works as a sacrifice as Fitzgerald able to move up to second base. And already with a 1-0 lead, the Owls will look to tack on some more here with a runner in scoring position. But it'll be up to Liam Kelly to see what he can do here. Liam was able to reach on a walk in the first inning. Inside pitch that is called a strike. Jim Walsh doesn't call the strike there, so a 1-1 count. Clouds have come in here to try to lower the temperature, which is grateful for the players. Very overcast skies expected until 8 p.m. tonight, so might be able to cool down the graduation and this baseball game. And a strike on the outside corner. Kelly got to be careful now. Down to the count, 1-2. Fitzgerald ready to run at second. Service takes a look back. And outside. Centurino and Hurley both kind of ready to go towards second if Hasselbeck wants to throw down, but they'll stick to the batter here. 2-2 count. Pitch did not connect here. Out of the hand. So another full count. And called strike 3. Liam Kelly goes down by way of the K. And Service gets himself another K. That's 2 on the day. And now there's 2 outs here for still Mike Sanasuazo. The right fielder flew out to right field. His lone time up. Takes a pitch up high. Ollie looks for the sign here. And now a check back. It's close play, but Hurley got the tag down just a little bit late. That's Fitzgerald. Has to pick himself back up with all the tire pebbles on him. Ball 2 there. Sanasuazo being patient here. And a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Adam looking fooled there. Now fouled off the press box just to our right for strike 2. So Ollie able to come back. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the third. Fastball outside that Service thought that he had. Started taking a walk towards the dugout. But we'll have to do it again. Has already walked 2 in this game. And gets him on the strike 3. Mike Sanasuazo looks foolish right there on that swing. But Ollie Service was able to do his thing with that nice curveball. And he will lead things off in the bottom of the third. It'll be, again, Service, Lucier, and Whitney here on Manchester Public Television's playoff coverage. For the second time in this contest, it'll be Ollie Service who will lead things off. He took 1 pitch and sent it into the gap for a leadoff double before being stranded at first base in that first inning. And we'll see what Kieran Lamb throws to him for the first pitch here. Inside, that nearly hits him. Kieran Lamb was the left fielder that first time they met, with Mike Sanasuazo doing the pitching that day. Now Kieran kind of having a little bit of control issues here. Goes down in the count 2-0, and Ollie will take a free base if he can. Ball 3. Ollie really had just one bad game last week. Kind of wild to say, it was against the Memorial Crusaders. And he will take a free trip to first base here. And for the second time in this contest, he reaches base safely. And now we'll see what he does for stealing second base. But it will be up to Tristan Lucier to get things going here. Tristan popped up his lone time up to bat. And he swings the first pitch that misses. So just the second walk of the game here for Lamb, and throws a ball again there. Now quick attempted throw to first that kind of has got Ollie's back to the bag, but certainly was not thrown with much force. Doing a good job at first base, Logan Brandano. Now a hard hit ball. Brandano will go to short. The throw is offline, and Ollie Service is able to get to second base safely. They're trying to get the lead run. Brandano just had to move about 2 feet to get at least one out, and instead went to second base, and I'll go for an E3. As just not able to make that catch at Pantano. Was lucky that it did not go out into left field. And now Kelly and Lamb meet together on the mound to discuss things. And that is one thing you don't want to do with this Pioneer squad, is give them chances. And this is a golden opportunity with one of the better hitters here with Logan Whitney up to bat. The senior doesn't want this to be his last game. Owls up 1-0 here, and now the Pioneers will get a chance to make the Owls pay for their mistake. First pitch fouled up to our right. A nice catch down there in the dugout. Obviously you could hear it, but couldn't see it. Camera just does not move. Too many things in the way. So a long strike one for Logan. Try to get him on a curve, but a little high there on that. The first two batters have reached. Logan Whitney, who is 0 for 1, flying out to right field. Ball bounces in. Service is going to take off, and he'll be safe at second, while Tristan Lucier has moved up to second as well. Or excuse me, Ollie is safe at third. And now 2 RBIs ready to run if Logan is able to get a hold of one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Timeout called there. Kieran Lamb in some trouble again. Was able to get out of this jam in the first. See what he can do here in the third. Ball gets away, and Service is going to come home and score. So this game is tied up 1-1 with the now lead run just 90 feet away, with Lucier moving up to third. Pass ball by Liam Kelly. Now with a 3-1 count. Kelly finally gets back in his spot, sets up. And it will be ball 4. So the first 3 batters able to reach safely here. And now there'll be runners at the corners, but a timeout called. And the Owls are going to try to come together and hoot and holler about what to do in this situation. Again, ball in the third. And having some issues here with some very patient at-bats here. 2 walks and an error. And now we'll see what Connor Hurley will be able to do as the coach has come off the mound. No changes made as of this moment. And Kieran Lamb will stay there on the mound, trying to keep the Timberlane Owls season going here. Can't make any mistakes here. Connor Hurley walked in the first inning, was the first walk, and now here we are with 4 walks in this contest. Pitch on the outside corner, called a strike. Connor's mom in the crowd here today. And a called strike, and Connor has to take a step out of the batter's box in disbelief that that was called a strike. Oh, 2 count now. And taken off for kind of an interesting slide there by Logan Whitney. And gets the job done, has moved up 90 feet. Now Hurley with a 1-2 count, taking that pitch. First base now vacant. Oh, called strike 3, and Connor is in disbelief, ready to throw his bat as 3 outside pitches go for Kieran Lamb to get the out. And now it'll be up to Tristan Hasselbeck to try to get himself some RBIs. Playing some Saliva as his opening song. And he's able to take one out into left field. 1 run has come in. See what they do with the other one. They're going to keep him there. And the ball kind of gets away. No movement on the base paths, but able to move up. So Hasselbeck gets himself a RBI single here. And the Pioneers now with a 2-1 lead. Tristan brings in Tristan. And now Logan Whitney will move up to third base. So again, runners at second and third. And see what Cal Lucier can do now. We've seen this a few times for the Pioneers. They take a little moment to figure out how to hit the starting pitcher. Pitch just outside. Cal walked in the second inning. The first walk of the day, and now is up in the count 2-0. Cal being very patient. You could hear the teammate right there saying, just swing until he gives you one. And now bounces in and unable to move. Whitney and Hasselbeck, the 2 seniors, smartly staying in their spots at second and third. Now a 3-0 count here to Lucier. No one warming up in the Owls bullpen here. And now a 4-pitch walk here And the bases are now fully loaded of Pioneers, looking to add more with just one down. Now there's nowhere to go for anyone as the Kieran Lamb and Liam Kelly got to get things squared away here with a tough spot. 3 walks in this inning, 4 in the game. And Nolan Levine will gladly take advantage of a fastball here. Nolan flew out to center field. Even if he's able to do that again, that would work for a sacrifice fly. And make that another ball. So 5 consecutive pitches outside the strike zone here. Lamb finally comes back with a strike. Nolan a little inside on hit for him. Likes it more of the middle of the plate here. See if Lamb can make a mistake. He does, sent out into center field. 1 run has come in. They're going to stop the other one, so an RBI single right there for Nolan Levine. Threw it exactly where he liked it, and now the Pioneers have put 3 up on the board in this inning. Logan Whitney coming around to score, and the Pioneers coaches do a good job of keeping the runners from not moving any further, and now it'll be Chris Centorino who will try to continue things here for the Pioneers. Chris is 0 for 1, having struck out. Takes a first pitch for a ball. Chris fouls that towards his dugout. One count. Centorino moves up in the batter's box, expecting a curveball. And he's able to send one out into left field a long ways and able to make the catch and the throw to third, but this will work for a sac fly as Hasselbeck is able to come across, and there's only so much that Kira Squilo could do, as now 4 runs have come across, and Centorino gets himself a RBI as he gets some love. And now it'll be Mason Duvall. We'll see what he can do with runners at the corners with now 2 outs. Mason popped up to second base. His lone time up. Fastball that just misses. Two balls, no strikes. Near inside. Had to move out of the way so it didn't get hit. Lucier at third. Levine at second. You know that Mason will not be swinging here. And it goes for a strike. Kieran Lamb trying to get out of this inning. Ollie Service on deck. And Ollie will get his second chance this inning to come up to bat. And with the bases loaded, we'll see if he can do some damage. But now another timeout here. And Kieran Lamb's day could be over here with 4 runs allowed here. And they're going to see. They have not taken the ball. The ball's been pulled out of his hand. And that will do it for Kieran Lamb after 2 2/3 innings pitched here, and unfortunate third inning has really derailed his day here, as he would like to have gone further in this contest. But we'll get a new pitcher here in this contest and try to figure out the defensive placements here for the Timberlane Owls. So Kyle Heavey, the Manchester Public Television, will be back to see what happens here in the bottom of the third after this. Moving in from center field will be Matt Fitzgerald, who will be doing the pitching here for the Timberlane Owls and trying to get out of this third inning. And Ollie Service up for the third time in this contest. He's reached base his first 2 times. We'll see what he can do here as he takes a first pitch for a ball. For Kieran Lamb, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 18 batters faced, 3 hits, 4 runs, 6 walks, 2 strikeouts. So in line for the loss at this moment in time. And now with the bases loaded, Ollie Service with a 2-0 count. Now he will send one high up in the air. This could be trouble, trying to figure things out, and able to come down with the catch is none other than Kieran Lamb. So he's able to get out of the inning here without allowing any more runs. But the Owls now have work to do, as we will head to the top of the 4th with the Trinity Pioneers leading the Timberlane Owls 4-1. Back with more after this. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 part of the lineup here for the Owls, as trying to get things going is Sean Ingram, who has had a quiet day at third base, but we'll see what his bat can do to wake things up. Sean went down by way of a strikeout, and now popping up, Cal Lucier racing over, trying, just not able to catch another one, as a long run with the wind and the sun. And now we'll throw the ball back to Chris Centurino, and we'll do things all over again with a 0-2 count here to Ingram, who does not want to strike out for a second time. But now, tough spot to be in for Ollie Service. Ended the third inning with 2 Ks. See if he can start the 4th with 1. And now a hard hit ball. Connor Hurley able to make the stop, but the throw will not be had, and able to get himself an infield single is Sean Ingram, with the Owls trying to climb back. They held a 1-0 lead and now down 3 runs, and it will be a new spot here. Try to get things going here. First pitch is a strike. Trinity getting lucky there. Pantano was able to single and score in the second. Had that ball hit Jim Walsh on that strike 2 call. Pantano got to be careful. Now he's going to send one out into left field, but able to make that look easy. A nice F7 right there, and doing his thing as the Pioneers look to get out of this inning here. Now we'll free what Carrasquillo can do. Quick check over at first. Close, but said no. Carrasquillo has himself an RBI double. Swings at that one, trying to get himself another one, but misses for strike 1. Inside pitch just misses. So Frank able to go up in the count. Quick check over at first again. Really doing a good job of making sure that Ingram is not comfortable at first. Foul tipped into the mitt, and count now 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, one down. Quick check at first, and able to get him this time. Ingram makes a tough mistake there at first, and now there are two down. Great job by Ollie to get it over to Cal. Now, ball goes above Carrasquillo's head, and count now goes full. Ingram just seemed like he had too big of a lead there, and Ollie made him pay for that. Now popped out into right field, coming in, and Tristan Lucier able to make that out. So after a leadoff single, one hit, no runs, no errors, and the Trinity Pioneers leading this contest by a score of 4-1. We'll see what they can do with their bats as we head to the bottom of the fourth. It'll be the 2-3-4 part of the lineup. Tristan Lucier will start things off as he will look to get on base for the second time, as we'll lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth, as first pitch is just outside from Matt Fitzgerald. Tristan popped up his first time up the bat and was able to reach on an error that really started things in the third. So we'll see what he can do here in the fourth. Again, new pitcher, and he gets him fooled on a strike one. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Lucier was able to reach and score the lead run in the game at this moment in time, with the score now 4-1. And fooled again on a similar pitch. Seems like the bottom just is dropping on that. And Tristan doesn't want to be fooled. And instead will get another trip to first base with a walk. So another inning where the leadoff hitter is able to get on. We've had it every single inning so far in this contest. Ollie Service doing it in the first and third, while Cal Lucier was able to do it in the second. Now his brother Tristan able to do it in the fourth. So we'll see what Logan Whitney can do here. Liam Kelly saying something on what to do here to Matt Fitzgerald. Logan was able to walk, and now he's going to pop one sky high in the air, and smartly deciding to get out of the way is Anderson Petrie able to make that first out. So you can see that everyone was watching it, but the sun and the angle was certainly easy for Anderson Petrie to make that. So Logan Whitney goes down for the second time, and now it will be Connor Hurley. Connor has walked in the first and struck out in the third. Did not like the way that he went down on a called strike 3 as he fouls the first pitch off, and we'll see what the shortstop can do here. Fitzgerald has come in and really looks comfortable here. Now another pop-up here onto the rooftop. Hurley, got to be careful here. See if they go for the outside pitch here. Jim Walsh has already rung him up once. And tipped into the mitt, and back-to-back Ks for Connor Hurley, as he is definitely frustrated with himself right now. But the man who is not frustrated with himself is Tristan Hasselbeck. kind of took a foul pitch earlier in this contest and was kind of scary, as really the Pioneers don't have too many other catcher options here. And with his bat, already got himself an RBI single. First pitch just low for a ball. Tristan Lucier still at first base. Another pitch down low. 2 balls, no strikes. No real pickoff moves to Tristan at first. Fitzgerald kind of looks over now. Now taking off for second and able to do a headfirst slide safely. And right after saying no checks at first, look at that. Tristan Lucier able to get himself a stolen base and try to get the tire pellets out of his belt area. But now 2-1 count. And a strike call to Hasselbeck, who thought it was going to hit him. End up curving back. No chase there, as now count will go full. Kind of a bad throw there by Liam Kelly. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tristan looking for another RBI. And he will send one over to short. The throw across is high, but in time, as Gordy Shutman says, yes, he gets him. So after a leadoff walk, no hits, no runs, no errors, and the Owls will see what they can do to get their bats going as we head to the top of the 5th after this. It'll be the 8-9-1 part of the lineup here for the Owls in the top of the 5th inning. Down 3 runs. We'll see what number 10 and Nate Huckins can do. Nate flew out to right field his lone time up the bat, and we'll see what the designated hitter can do here to help the Owls get back into this contest. Takes another pitch inside and is able to jump ahead in the count, as Ollie Service has really done a good job. Has got the 1-2-3 inning in the 4th thanks to throwing a base runner out. So I guess a 2-1-3 inning, but now is down in the count. And 4-pitch walk right there allows another base runner for the Owls, and we'll see what Huckins can do with his base running at first, as again, we've already seen one Owl get thrown out. We'll see if Service will try to get himself another one. But it'll now be number 9 hitter in Anderson Petrie. And now the throw down to first. Lucier puts the tag on. It looks like it was supposed to be a bunt, but instead Anderson just did not get the pitch that he liked and left it alone. Now quick over to throw to first again. So 1-0 count. Now another quick throw. Got to be prepared for Ollie at this point. Anderson able to put down a perfect bunt and able to be thrown out by Tristan Hasselbeck, but that literally just spun right there in the AstroTurf and able to get the runner Huckins over to second. So a sacrifice bunt for Anderson Petrie, and now we'll see what the top of the lineup can do. And now the pitcher Matt Fitzgerald will see what he can do. Matt has been on base twice, was hit by a pitch to start off the game, and also walked before being stranded in second in the 3rd. First pitch is low for strike 1. Ollie takes a look back, a second, and now a timeout has been called by Fitzgerald. Matt has come in pitching, has not given up a hit yet, has faced 5 batters, has only allowed 1 base runner on a walk. Now he sends one down the first base line. Could be trouble, and unable to make a play due to the goalpost getting in his way. And you can see the frustration by Tristan Lucier as thinking he had a chance to get that, but obviously the dynamics of Gill Stadium coming into play to have that not be an out. Goes for a long strike, and so now Fitzgerald down in the count 0-2. We'll see if Ollie is able to get himself a strikeout. He's got 3 on the day, looking for 4. And he gets it. A big K right there on the leadoff hitter for this Timberlane Owls squad. And now there are 2 down. And we'll see what Kieran Lamb can do. Kieran is over 2 in the contest. Takes a pitch there. Hit into that 6-4-3 double play in the first, and also had a sacrifice bunt in the third. One-0 pitch. Now, count goes 1-1 to number 1. Who was playing position 1 before. Nate Huckins still at second, ready to run. Fouled back into the protective netting. Now Ollie looking to do exactly like he did in the third, back-to-back Ks to end the inning. Hasselbeck gives him the sign, going for the outside. And now a little ground ball. Hurley will field that cleanly. Quick throw to first. A little bit off, but Cal Lucier able to make the tag and able to get out of the inning. So, after a leadoff walk, no runs, no hits, no errors, we'll head to the bottom of the 5th here. Still, Trinity 4, Timberlane 1. Kylie Heath with Manchester Public Television. Back with more right after this. Cal Lucier will start things off in the bottom of the 5th. Cal has walked twice in this game. We'll see if he can go for number 3 here, facing the newer pitcher here. Has not faced him in Matt Fitzgerald, so we'll see what Matt gives him for the first pitch. It's a ball, as Cal will look to get around the bases this time as well. Was stranded at first in the second, and was stranded at third in the third. Now swings at a off-speed pitch that goes for a strike, so now count goes to 1-1. Cal looking to take that energy from that tag. Is able to send one over too short. The throw across will be in time as he falls to the ground. Hopefully he's okay here. Has left a big slide mark right there. And he seems to be okay, but a big throw right there from Pantano over to Lombardo. And a 6-3 leadoff out here. And now we'll see what Nolan Levine brings. Nolan is 1 for 2. Takes that pitch for a strike. The third baseman flew out to center in the second and had an RBI single. Nolan was stranded at second base in the third inning. Has not come around to score. And takes now a 1-1 count. Pioneers again, 16-3 record in the regular season. Called a strike there as Levine does not agree with that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jim Walsh calls a ball. Now count goes to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just 1 strikeout so far for Fitzgerald. Now a little ground ball again to shortstop. Pantano over to first again for another 6-3 putout. So third straight out here from Fitzgerald that are ground balls to shortstop. So the Pioneers got to hit it somewhere else apparently, and we'll see what Chris Centorino can do. Chris is 0 for 2, does have himself an RBI thanks to that sac fly in the third to get the fourth run across. The second baseman takes the first pitch for a ball. And make it 2-0 count. Inside, just barely missed hitting him. This is the 8th batter that Fitzgerald has faced. Call this strike. Chris kind of doing the same thing he did last time up to bat. Just waited for him to throw a strike before really settling in. See if he sends one to center again. As he pops one up in the air, this could be trouble here, but ranging over and is able to make that catch for the third out. So, 2 ground outs and a fly out here, and the Owls get the Pioneers to go 1, 2, 3, but now it'll be the 3, 4, 5 part of the lineup here, due up for the Owls. Again, down to the last 6 outs, so we'll be back for the top of the 6th after this. Liam Kelly starts things off here in the top of the 6th and takes a second pitch, that hits off the third base bag past Nolan Levine and is able to get himself on base. So the Owls ready to keep things going here, and Liam Kelly able to get himself his first hit of the day. He had walked in the first, struck out in the third, and now here he is in the 6th on for now Mike Sanasuazo. Mike 0 for 2 in the contest from the number 4 spot. He's got to get things going here, and he swings at the first pitch, and Cal Lucier rushing over again, trying to make something and unable to. There's just so much running on this first base side. There's only really so much you can do, and goes for a long foul ball. Brady Soroy warming up over here for the Pioneers if Ollie Service has to be taken out of the game. So we'll see with, again, a leadoff hit. Sanasuazo, the right fielder, gets jammed, and nowhere to get that as it lands on the steps in the Pioneers dugout. Kind of floated in the air in front of me here, watching that go, trying to figure out where it was going to land. Now Sanasuazo down the count, and he's going to hit a little soft ground. This is a perfect type bunt, and able to get the out, but it works as a sacrifice, moving Kelly over to second base. So a nice 1-3 put out service to Lucier, and now it'll be up to number 14 and Sean Ingram. Ingram was able to single in the 4th before being caught on the base paths, trying to lead too far towards second, and Service was able to get him out. So Sean RLC knows how to hit off of Service. Takes that first pitch that he thought was going to hit him. It did not. Ingram did also strike out to lead off the first K of the day for Service. Now a hard hit ball out to center field, ranging in. Duvall unable to get it. It's going to get past him, and now runners will be at the corners as the ball still not. Cal Lucier will slow things down. So a single here for the Owls, and the tying run now up to bat. And we'll see what Andrew Pantano can do. Pantano the lone run so far for the Owls after he was able to single in the second. So he is 1 for 2 on the day. And now Hasselbeck giving some signs here. Pantano, the shortstop. Liam Kelly was not able to score, as kind of had to wait, and now a double pickoff. Service smartly trying to put a move on, but to no avail so far. The throw home, gets away, hits Jim Walsh. Tristan kind of getting fooled on that. Getting lucky, though, with it hitting. And now a little hit ball. Levine over to, and now the throw home is good. What a defensive gem right there. Centurino, after getting the throw from Levine, able to throw it to Hasselbeck. And you can see the energy here from Ollie's Service, able to get out of a jam with runners at first and third with just one down. The inning-ending double play right there. And now it'll be up to the Pioneers to get some more runs. It'll be 9-1-2, part of the lineup, back here from Gill on Manchester Public Television's playoff coverage after this. A great thing to see here for the Trinity Pioneers, and that is the return of Hunter Henderson as he comes in to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 6th inning, hitting in place of Mason Duvall, who Mason had gone 0 for 1, did have a walk and a pop out to second base. So we'll see what Hunter is able to do with, again, his ankle being injured last Tuesday in that game versus the Concord Crimson Tide. And to now know that he has had 9 days to rest that ankle, we'll see what we can do. As he's able to ground one over to short, tough play. We'll see Pantano is able to get it to first in time. And Henderson, who obviously doesn't have the speed that he would like to right there, is thrown out for a 6-3 putout. So great to see Hunter back, and we'll see at this rate if he could be back on Saturday. But knock on wood that happens here with Ollie's Service now coming up to bat. Ollie takes the first pitch and fouls it onto the roof here. Ollie has doubled on the first pitch in the first, walked and scored in the third. And he gets fooled on this pitch here, and calling for it is the first baseman, and able to make that for the second out. So really doing a good job are the Owls, but they got to get some runs here, but they're doing defense. And Logan Brandano has been a pretty good stallmate at first. And now we'll see what Tristan Lucier can do. Tristan has been on base twice. Once thanks to an error by Logan Brandano, and also was able to walk. Now he's popped up in the air, and all the Owls racing together, see who calls for it, and able to make the play is Liam Kelly. So after a 1-2-3 inning, the Owls season comes down to this. We'll head to the top of the 7th inning. It'll be the likes of their 7, 8, 9 part of the lineup, as the Pioneers would like to get another home game on Saturday, but the Owls would love to continue their season. We'll see what happens here in the top of the 7th right after this. As Mason Ellison and Brady Soroyce warm up in the bullpen for the Trinity Pioneers, it'll be Ollie Service who will try to go for the complete game victory, and he'll face the number 7 hitter in Frank Carrasquillo. First pitch just misses. Frank in this game is 1 for 2. Did have the lone RBI on a big double. And swings at a pitch there that makes the count go to 1-1. Ollie getting a little whirly here. Squirrely is what I meant to say, but count goes to 2-2 now. Frank flew out to right field his last time up in the 4th. Now here we are in the 7th. Pitch upstairs. Count now full. Now getting jammed. Levine calling for it, and we'll get that pop out right there for the first out. And getting jammed right there was Frank, and he will go back to the dugout with 1 down with a 1-for-3 performance. But the night is not over. Nate Huckins will try to get on base again. Nate walked his last time up. Takes a first pitch for a ball. Nate walked and was stranded at second in the 5th inning. Takes a called strike there. Now ground ball over to Levine. Levine to first for the quick 5-3. So third base being the hot spot right here. And now with 2 down, it'll be up to Anderson Petrie to continue the season for the Owls. Down 3 runs. The number 9 hitter will try to get things going. Anderson's over 2. Ground out to shortstop and also had a sacrifice bunt. Now he fouls one up, and now we'll see if Cal Lucier has a chance at this one. Arranging over. Oh, it's a great catch here from right field. And the Trinity Pioneers are able to win their first round matchup by a final score of 4-1, as Ollie Service able to get the victory, only allowing 1 run. And now we'll see who the Pioneers will face in the second round. It'll be the winner of the Exeter Bluehawks and the Keene Blackbirds, who play today at 4:30. So it will be another matchup here in the quarterfinal round for the Pioneers. Congratulations to the Timberlane Owls on a wonderful season, able to make the playoffs, but were derailed by a number 4 seeded Trinity Pioneers, who will continue to get things rolling here, and will be back for another home game on Saturday, weather depending. So for Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lahr, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, our player of the game, got to go to Ollie Service, able to come around and score, but the complete game victory here on the pitching mound was the big thing here in this contest. So we look forward to seeing where these Pioneers end up as they will continue their run towards the championship in the NHIAA rankings. So thank you all very much for watching. We'll look forward to seeing you again soon.